Good morning and welcome back to Simply Greg's Review. You join us here in the shop and we'll be fitting some new tires on my Mini Cooper S Electric. It's a few years old. It's time for some new tires, but not for the reasons that you may be thinking. And I also know that you viewers like these shop videos. So let's get into it. We'll throw a new set of tires on here, probably do a wheel alignment on it and go from there. So this car originally came on two different kinds of tires. It came on the Kumho Ventus V3 Evo, and it also came on the Goodyear Eagle F1 Asymmetric 3. I particularly never liked these tires to begin with. This was the optional tire on this car. We paid like $50 more to get them. Never a big fan of these tires. They're still in good shape, but the reason why we're changing them is Laura hit a pothole last year leaving work. And, well, basically had a blowout, as you can see here. And I looked at the price of the Goodyears. I would change two tires just to play it safe. But I ended up looking at the price of the Goodyears, and I think my cost on them was like $230 or $245 a tire, which was not happening. So we've gone to the next best thing, the Firestone Firehawk Indy 500. This is an extremely popular tire. We sell a lot of these here at the shop. I've had these on my previous Mini Cooper. Sidewall feels good. This is really an underrated tire, but also a very good tire at a very good price point. I think these were around $165 or $175 each, which made sense. So I'm just going to decide, I just decided I'll be changing all four. We got to get the Mini up on the jacks, and we got to peel these tires off. Let's start with that. Car is now up on the jacks. I just want to show you underneath. So this is the actual EV battery here. It's arranged in a T. So you have, I believe it's 4 or 5 cells going across, and you have a bunch of cells packed up into the T part where normally the exhaust system would be. So this is where the fuel tank would be on this car. They just replaced the fuel and exhaust with a battery. 32.8 kilowatt hours nominal, about 28 usable. Front suspension is up here. Everything looks good. Actually, I've never had this car on the lift before, and this is how I lift the cars. On the arms, they're perfectly fine. You're not going to cause any damage. Everything looks good here. I don't think anything's going to be seized up too bad when we do that wheel alignment, if we do it. Skid plate here to protect the high voltage connector in here, but pretty much standard F56 Mini Cooper. Nothing much to really talk about. They made some engineering changes, but I do think the bolts down here might be a problem for the alignment, as they usually are, but they don't look too bad. As I said, 26,000 kilometers on this car. Simple job today, just tires and possibly the alignments. I also know what some of you are thinking. How come you're not doing a more EV specific tire? We'll get into that later. I want to get these tires mounted up. Let's focus on the task at hand, as I always tell my guys, versus the reason why and the explanations. We'll save that for the end of the film. We'll take those wheels off now. I also want to mention we will be putting, I think these are 10 or 15 millimeter wheel spacers on here. These are from my old F55, so 5-door Mini Cooper S gas that I think I do miss some days actually. That was an awesome car. And we also had the Indy 500s on that car as well, and it was a bit lowered. It was really sweet to drive. So we'll pull these tires off. We'll get all the winter rims off. We'll clean up the hubs, and then we'll start mounting up the actual new tires on the rims. Good, the air connection actually fits because I just replaced it. And the wheel bolts come off because we actually torque our wheels at the shop properly, including on our own cars. if you're working on a European car, get the wheel pins. It will save you so much aggravation. I always watch other videos where people are complaining, ooh, European cars, they're hard to put the wheels on. Well, buy the pins and you won't have that problem. And guess what? Some cars actually come with the pins in the toolkit. So this one's off. Take the wheel off, pull that off. We will put this here for now. We'll go to the back. I'll just grab the camera up here. Hub looks good. We'll give it a light clean with the wire brush before we put the spacers on. Discs are looking, I don't know, discs are looking okay. This is the problem with EVs. What do the backs look like? I feel they're pretty bad. It's difficult to use the brakes, so maybe I'll just go clean these up. The dealer had this a few months ago. He did the brake fluid flush and all of that stuff on it. So we'll head to the back and we'll take the back wheel off. Just get that set up there for you. Yeah, I enjoy coming to the shop on Saturdays sometimes. It's quiet, nice and relaxed. You don't have to look over everybody's shoulders. And you get to do your own thing. No one's bothering you. Asking a million questions. Asking a million questions. If you work in a shop, you know how it can be, especially here, being the lead tech, foreman, whatever you want to call it. I got to deal with all the guys. But it's all good. I still enjoy it most days. We'll pull this off. And I think we can now start mounting the tires. I'll be honest with you, I'm not really a tire guy. Maybe 20 years ago when I first started off, so don't make fun of me. I know former coworkers are definitely making fun of me right now for changing the tires. We'll get the lock in. We'll put that up. Machine's already all set up. It uses lasers to find the distances and heights and whatnot. We'll pop the bead. How do you think this bead's going to come off? Is it going to be glued onto the wheel? Is it going to come off right away? I say Goodyears are going to be glued on. So these beads are going to suck to pop off. You know, get this mallet out of my way. What the hell is this doing up here? And we'll get the bead popped from here. A bit more pressure down. They'll probably break right where the TPMS sensor is, as usual. So that's popped. Now what we'll do is we'll grab some soapy water and we'll just spray it in there to give a bit of extra lubrication to get the tire off easier. Because I think these are going to be glued. We'll do the bead underneath. Of course, this center clamp came loose as usual. There we go. Just take it nice and slow. That popped off. And we'll just do the same thing at the bottom. Spray a little soapy water on there. Get this down. We'll get our removal arm in place, bring it up, and we'll just pop it off right where the TPMS sensor is. And that's it. We'll just go slowly. So this machine has a lot of power. It's very, very capable of ripping a tire bead without much trouble. And we'll just bring it back over here. We'll go up on the lower arm. Pop that in. Hit the pedal, and that's it. The tire is off on that. We'll put that in the pile of junk. Let's wipe off some of this water here. Yeah, rims look clean. I'm not going to bother doing any of the nonsense with bead sealing or anything. These rims have never seen winter time. In fact, it still had British Air inside. We'll grab a tire. Toss that up there. Is there a label on it? Yeah, we'll peel the label off. 205 45 17 XL 88W. And these were made, let's see, These were made 34-24, so they're not too bad. They're roughly a year old. The first set they sent was made in 2021, and unlike most shops, we actually check all the tires that come in here, because sometimes they'll send you junk that's like 4 or 5 years old, and we just return it. It's whatever they pick first gets thrown in. So that's one thing. Always check the dates of your tire. These were the freshest ones that I could get in this size. We sent back 2 sets. One was 2021, the other one was 2022, and that's not happening. So this is a pretty fresh set. These are about a year old. These are fine. I could get the durometer out and we could start doing a durometer reading, but we won't be doing that. Use the paste. Get that all nice and lubed up. And we'll try our best to align the dot with the valve. Sometimes it doesn't work out like that though. The first one goes on like so. We'll take this and spin this around. That will go there. We'll put that on. Just lift the tire up a bit. These. Bar. Sometimes I wish I had the old school coats machine, but I do enjoy using this machine. It just, it looks really complicated sometimes, but it's actually really easy. So we'll just put this on. And just go very slowly with it. Because it's very easy to rip the bead. We'll get this up. Come on, there we go. It's pretty close to being lined up. That's fine. I'm not gonna sit here. These wheels are straight. We do our best to align the valve up properly, even when the tire is on the other side. We do our best to get them lined up. Some places don't, and then they have issues balancing the tire. Then they wonder why it's taking 3 ounces of weight. So we'll get this all popped up, and we'll install the other 3, and we'll take it from there. I don't think I need to show you installing 4 tires. Chances are, if you're watching this video, you've had tires installed or do this for a living. So I'm not going to put you through that torture of the commentary of installing tires. And that bead's about to pop. That's popped, perfect. Now what we could do is take the air out of the tire, let it deflate, and re-inflate it. We could do that, but I don't see much of a point on these. The beads popped on these pretty quickly. Sometimes you'll have tires like a Nokian, like a Hakkapeliitta or something, or a Michelin that will require a couple air cycles to pop them up. But these ones popped up fine, and what's cool about them is, that's a little stuck. We'll worry about that after. What's cool about these is that these actually sit a bit squarer on the rim. Those had a bit of a, I would say a stretch, the Eagle F1s. So these sit a bit squarer on the rim, and there's a bit of rim protection. Just because of tires, like let's say this one here, 205, 45, 17, that sizing, that dimensional size will change throughout the various manufacturers. So I always found the Michelins to sit a bit square, Pirellis will sit a bit more stretched, Goodyears will sit a bit more stretched, but these sit really nice and square. That's why I do like them. So we'll get the other tires installed and balanced up and throw them on the car. Just to show you what I'm on about, so this is the original tire, and you probably won't be able to see it too well, but this is a slightly wider tire on here, but also look how squishy this thing is. Look at the sidewalls on it. Nice. It's such a squishy tire, so it tends to move around like this on turn-in versus the Indy. I'm pressing down with the same force and it's not moving. And also look at the sidewall here. It does not move compared to here. Look at this. I'm bending it with my thumb. We'll do the same test here. I can't move it. So this is a much stiffer tire. Unfortunately, it's going to ride a lot stiffer. And this car already is pretty stiff to drive around in, especially with our lovely roads in Montreal, as you know. But I'm really looking forward to having this tire on the car. I never liked Goodyear. I never liked this tire to begin with. I should have got the Kumos. or not. There we go, came out perfect. So we'll get the wheels on, but first we gotta clean the hubs over here. First we're going to clean the hubs, and we'll get the spacers on, and we'll take it from there. We'll lower down the car, and we'll do the final torque with some weight on the car, because we are using spacers, and we want everything to be tightened and sandwiched up properly. So I'll go ahead, I'll get the other 4 wheels on, and we'll get them torqued up, and we should be done here soon. And I believe I do have some black caps that go on here. I'll have to find those, and we'll put the center caps back on. So I'll continue getting the other 4 wheels installed, but it's going to look really good with the spacers on here. I forgot to do it last year, and I was too lazy to take the wheels back off and do it again. But we'll get this sorted out. It's going to look really good on these spacers. All done over here. Wheels are torqued to 104 foot-pounds, and I think using a snap-on torque wrench is a bit overkill, but whatever, it works. And I did end up finding the plastic wheel caps, because I remembered I had used them on the Fiat in the wintertime with the winter wheels, so I hid them from myself, but I ended up finding them. Yeah, super smooth install. Normally this goes a lot faster if you're in the shop. I just want to take you through it. Looks great on the wheel spacers. It's sitting a lot more flush now. As I said, spaced out 10 millimeters up front is the same. And this tire looks really good on the car. As I said, it sits a lot, it's a much more square tire compared to the Goodyears that had a bit of a stretch look going on. I didn't like it, and I'm looking forward to trying these out. I think we'll put the alignment heads on. We'll see what's up, because always a good idea. Wheel alignment, 4 new tires. I think the back might have a bit too much. Tires all set up, all measured out already. We've done our runouts and all of that. Let's go have a look. Front is towed in quite a lot, actually. That explains why it's not handling the way it should. So we'll bring the toe out, probably get it as close to 0 as we can. We might do 0 toe all the way around on this car. Let's check the back here. The back is, I mean, it's not horrible. It should be a bit more towed in, but if we start touching it back here, it's probably going to throw everything off. But yeah, we'll just do a quick touch-up alignment on the car. But also, let me show you something else that a lot of shops don't do. It's always a good idea to put a bit of weight to try to simulate a passenger. So I just grabbed some brake discs in the boxes and threw them inside as weight. This is often really overlooked, especially when you're doing a corner balance or anything like that. So if you're having an alignment done, a lot of these European cars, they require you to have weight in the car to simulate a laden load. So it's just a good idea to maybe bring along your own weights, or have someone sit in the car while you're aligning it. You're going to get a much more accurate alignment and much better handling if you're sitting in the car. It will be set up to a loaded weight versus unladen. So that's something I always do. A lot of shops don't do that, and yeah, it drives me crazy. So we'll get this car aligned up to what I want it at, not what the machine says, and we'll go for it. Just moving to the front now. I already cracked the 16 millimeter bolt loose, but I'm gonna go buy a lottery ticket, because these tie rods generally never spin. But like I said, when I bought the car, I sprayed it with a bunch of fluid film, and we'll just get it to just a little bit of toe out in front. Actually, I'll show you here. That's it. We'll keep it there. We'll lock it in. This will give us just a bit more, just a bit better turn in up front versus slightly towed in from. A lot of you in this video are probably wondering why I didn't choose more of a EV specific tire. I totally get it. Perhaps if I had a longer range EV, I would choose something a bit more EV specific, but the Mini already came on some sort of performance tire anyways. There's other options out there for low rolling resistance. My Fiat 500 has the Pirelli Elect E tires on it. I particularly don't like them very much, but there are options for EVs, low rolling resistance tires. They definitely do exist. There's a whole bunch of them. I haven't really tested them. I don't really like them. I find they're just a bit too, I would say they're a bit bland. They don't feel nice. They're not a performance tire. They're really built for maximizing efficiency. The Mini small battery EV, I consider this a hot hatch, the secret hot hatch of EVs. Doesn't really go more than 100, 150 kilometers from home. I don't think putting low rolling resistant tires on this car would make a huge difference in range. It's already so low, so might as well have fun with the go-kart handling. Stick with a performance tire, go a slightly better performance tire in my opinion. But if you do have an EV and you are doing a lot of long distance or a lot of road tripping, I kind of suggest going the more EV specific tire. But if you want to do some spirited driving, performance driving, track days, then lean into the performance stuff. Tire technology is getting better. There are a few EV specific performance tires. Like I said, I haven't tried them, but they're definitely out there. Again, buy the tire that suits your needs, suits your budget. Those are the two most important things of a tire. Just don't necessarily buy the cheapest tire or the best tire right away. You'll probably be disappointed actually on the cheapest tire. Not very good. You have to wonder why that tire is half price sometimes or even more. What engineering went into it. I can tell you, zero. Stick with name brands. The R&D is there. Yeah, they might have the marketing, but the R&D is definitely there. Companies like Michelin, Pirelli, Bridgestone, Firestone, all the usual suspects. They've been making tires for a long time. They have a lot of data to fall back on. There are a lot of up and coming players in the market, but based on my many years in this business, they're generally not very good. Like I'm just going over here. We have a set of Michelins here. These are going on a M3, and we have these high-fly Challengers here, which I've never heard of. So, and another set of Indy 500s. And you've probably been wondering about that GT4. That's going to be a story for another day. So again, EV-specific tires. If you're doing a lot of mileage, if you're doing a lot of road tripping, if you care about maximizing efficiency, if you care about driving, lean more into the performance side of things. Have a wheel alignment done. Maybe if you want more spirited driving, change up the alignment specs a bit. That's what I always do anyways. And that's really all the advice I can offer you. Find a reputable shop that sells a reputable product, or buy them online and find a good shop to install them. And that's pretty much it. I really hope you enjoyed watching. I try not to make this too long, but it's interesting. It's interesting seeing from my perspective in the shop dealing with electric cars and whatnot. So that's going to be it from me, and we'll see you in the next video.